From being one of the internet's biggest streamers with lucrative 8-figure contracts, to becoming a brand risk that no company will touch and watching his closest friends abandon him. My name's Ryan, and here's what happened to Dr. Disrespect after he got cancelled. Herschel Guy Beam IV is the man behind the mustache, but to the gaming world, he is Dr. Disrespect. Defined by his black mullet wig, tactical vest, and signature 2-time blockbuster video game champion title, he built his career by acting like a loud, over-the-top bad guy on stream.
You're looking at the true international video gaming superstar, and nobody's gonna get in my way today. You got it?
After leaving his job as a community manager at Sledgehammer Games in late 2015, he transitioned to full-time streaming on Twitch, quickly becoming one of the platform's biggest stars by playing battle royale games. As a result, by early 2018, his stream of PUBG reached a peak of nearly 388,000 concurrent viewers, leading to lucrative sponsorship deals with major brands. And these things benefited him greatly as he signed a multi-year deal with Twitch and had a subscriber count of over 4 million on YouTube. Dr. Disrespect was undeniably untouchable. It seemed like everything was going perfectly until June 26, 2020, when, at the peak of his career, Dr. Disrespect was suddenly and permanently banned from Twitch for undisclosed reasons, leaving the entire community stunned as no clear explanation was ever given. However, even after getting banned, he didn't fade away. He tried to stay relevant by moving to YouTube and other platforms, bringing hundreds of thousands of concurrent viewers with him, and building a massive narrative that he was the victim of a corporate conspiracy. As a result, fans also ended up believing him blindly, saying things like, "I love how he can get super honest with his audience. That's what courage looks like." This is tough, man. As someone who deals with anxiety, I really feel for him. His fans bought his merch, joined his Champions Club, and defended him against every rumor. But 4 years after the unexplained ban, the silence finally broke, and the victim narrative completely shattered when a former Twitch employee, Cody Connors, broke the silence on Twitter with a tweet reading, "He got banned because he was caught sexting a minor through Twitch's former Whispers feature. He was also trying to meet up with her at TwitchCon." The allegation that the married father of one exchanged explicit messages with a minor in 2017 sent shockwaves across the streaming industry. However, things quickly came under his control as people didn't fully know who Cody Connors was and thought it was just an attempt at defamation. As a result, his fans also sided toward him, saying, "I'm surprised Doc doesn't sue him for defamation, and it would be crazy if Doc and Twitch came together to sue him." But this incident quickly drew widespread attention as Jake Lucky, an independent news reporter, spreading the news worldwide. Doc immediately went into defensive mode, writing, "Jake, seriously, I get it, it's a hot topic, but this ban has been settled. No wrongdoing was acknowledged and they paid out the whole contract." This also intensified the situation, and so Doc desperately went live on stream to double down on his innocence.
I'll say it again. Neither I nor the Twitch user exchanged any sexual graphic messages or images. Cody Connors and these other anonymous sources are trying to paint a picture that I was exchanging sexually explicit messages and photos with this Twitch user. That never happened.
But it wasn't just him trying to defend himself. His gaming partner Nick Merckx, who had been playing with him for years, supported him during the controversy and told people not to react until the matter was confirmed.
These are some crazy accusations. Crazy. Until we know them as fact, until they've been proven with evidence, what are we talking about? What's anybody talking about?
This incident quickly got everyone's attention. Famous online stars like Tristan Tate even came out to support him, saying Dr. Disrespect is based as F. He's tall, jacked, handsome bastard that no doubt has women throwing themselves at him. I know how it is. Some of his opinions upset people and his voice is loud. He is a sexual predator now? Sorry, I just don't effing believe you. But just when everyone thought it couldn't get any worse, it seemed like fate wasn't done with him, as he was accused of yet another scandal. On the 27th of June 2024, a trans sex worker named Lena Love suddenly claimed that Doc had exploited her while they played games together on Twitch, as she alleged during the time in 2017 when he was cheating on his wife with not only me, a trans sex worker, but also another woman and texting a minor. He was exploiting me by making me give him cam shows with the promise of partnership. After the cam shows, he went ahead and blocked me. Attached to the post were screen recordings of the chat between her and Doc online, 2017, showing that her claims were true, where Doc actually ended up blocking her from Twitter after this happened. The event diverted the plot to a whole new direction, since most of the internet was shocked and in disgust at this, saying, "This man is a menace. Jesus buddy, get some help, Doc." As a result of the back-to-back allegations, his co-founding gaming studio Midnight Society publicly announced that they were ending the relationship with him. On Friday evening, we became aware of an allegation against one of our co-founders, Guy Beam, aka Dr. Disrespect. We assumed his innocence and began speaking with parties involved. And in order to maintain our principles and standards as a studio and individuals, we needed to act. For this reason, we are terminating our relationship with Guy Beam immediately. It was clear that things were going south for him, and so after facing a collapsing professional life, Dr. Disrespect posted a follow-up statement that many interpreted as a partial admission of sending inappropriate messages to a minor. He said, "Were there Twitch whisper messages with an individual minor back in 2017? The answer is yes. Were there real intentions behind these messages? The answer is absolutely not. These were casual mutual conversations that sometimes lean too much in the direction of being inappropriate, but nothing more. Nothing illegal happened, no pictures were shared, no crimes were committed, I never even met the individual." But this didn't help. In fact, it immediately backfired, as even his fans began turning against him, saying, "His statement is the same behavior you see on To Catch a Predator. As soon as they're caught, they rush to say, 'I had no actual intentions to do anything, just to try to get out of it.'" Eventually, people grew angry with him and ended up despising him for his lies and tricks. However, this was only the beginning, as the worst was yet to come. All of Doc's business partners soon stopped working with him. The San Francisco 49ers, the NFL team he had collaborated with for years, immediately cut ties amid the controversy surrounding him. But that's not all, as Turtle Beach, a sponsor who had been with him since the beginning, scrubbed his face from their entire website. And the most humiliating blow came from the Game Rogue company. They didn't just remove his custom skin from the store, they publicly announced that they would issue refunds to anyone who had bought it. But even after all of this, the embarrassment didn't just go away, as NBA 2K released a statement saying they would remove his face from their game poster. When the controversy became too much to handle, Doc took one last shot. He went live to address each controversy one by one and set the record straight once and for all. This was in a YouTube livestream posted on September 6, 2024, titled The Truth. But he didn't come back with the somber tone of a man seeking redemption. Rather, he came out with all guns blazing.
Wait for this guy to peek. Wait for it. Wait for this guy to peek. Boom! I'm the best!
The first thing he did was address the allegations in anger, aggressively doubling down on the narrative that he was a victim of a corporate conspiracy set up by Twitch.
We're talking about allegations that Twitch made against me as a half-baked reason for justifying their actions of suspending and shutting down my channel. Allegations that Twitch made without even a legal analysis of whether the whisper messages were legal!
But that's not all. He went on to claim that the inappropriate messages were taken out of context, that no messages were sent, and that he was being targeted by bad actors.
I'll say it again. Neither I nor the Twitch user exchanged any sexual graphic messages or images. Cody Connors and these other anonymous sources are trying to paint a picture that I was exchanging sexually explicit messages and photos with this Twitch user. That never happened.
He was trying to use the Dr. Disrespect persona as a shield, thinking the bold attitude that made him famous could bully the allegations into submission. But this time, the act didn't work, as the internet saw right through it and confronted him, asking him to release the chat logs and saying he admitted it. The dude admitted to texting minors. Let that sink in. As a result, he became an object of online mockery, as streamer Moist Critical took apart his statements.
However, he denies that there was any real intent behind the messages, which is a crazy thing to say. An adult communicating inappropriately with a minor is bad. Full stop. It's inexcusable. No matter how you spin it, that is a horrible thing.
It's important to note that this is the first time he did these immature antics, because the last controversy he had, back when Dr. Disrespect had cheated on his wife years prior, he took it seriously and stripped the character away to apologize as a man.
As you guys know, I have a beautiful family and a wife and kid. I want to be transparent that I've been unfaithful. Stupid fucking mistakes, man. I'm gonna take time off to focus on my family, and I just wanted to let you guys know that. I apologize to you guys, my sponsors, and Twitch. This is not It's not who I am. It's not what I represent.
But for this, something arguably far more damaging to his reputation, he chose to hide behind the sunglasses. Even though people thought he would bring back his lost glory during this comeback, the opposite seemed to happen. He tried to deny the claims that he himself had said before and tried to change the story. And just when things couldn't get any worse, Dr. Disrespect found himself fighting a war on a new front. The conflict had moved beyond the media and lawyers. Now he was fighting the very few people he called his brothers. These were the people who were once his regular gaming partners, forming what the internet often called as the ultimate boys club. For years, he had built an untouchable inner circle with massive stars like Nick Merckx, Tim the Tatman, and Dr. Lupo. They not only shared millions of viewers, but they also shared the spotlight. But surprisingly, the circle completely shattered the moment the allegations dropped in June 2024, and at the very beginning, Nick Merckx tried to be a loyal soldier, putting his own reputation on the line to defend his friend. But the moment Dr. Disrespect posted his confession on Twitter, admitting that the messages to the minor were real, Nick Merckx flipped the switch instantly.
Nick, would you agree you don't have to physically touch a child to be a predator? Tito, come on, man. If you're going out of your way to hit up somebody underage like that and you know they're underage, that's a problem. Or are you staying as friend? Oh, no, I'm not staying as friend. No, I'm gonna, look, you know, your friends can make mistakes and you can forgive and stuff and you don't need to live with all that hate in your heart. Like I said, this kind of thing for me is inexcusable. It's not ever going to be defendable. I won't ever understand how he can know that the girl is underage and he's still hitting her up. I'm just not going to be able to wrap my head around that.
But it wasn't just Nick Merckx, as after that incident, the whole crew slowly turned against him one by one.
I have known Doc for a while now. We've played games for years. If he knew that was a minor and those were the messages being sent, I cannot support that.
No matter what it looks like publicly, it usually means someone did something, right? Or there was some truth to enough truth. Like you settle to cover things up. You settle to not let things get out there. Don't text minors or do any of that shit.
However, Dr. Disrespect tried to save the friendship behind the scenes. He sent a private text to the boys, apologizing for dragging them into the mess, hoping a quick sorry would fix it.
When we know that's not true. I mean, he sent a text to me, Timmy, and Clock as well, saying hey boys, I'm sorry that you guys are in this. You know, I wish it wasn't this way. I apologize, for that.
But for Nick Merckx, a text wasn't enough to fix a betrayal of this size.
What a fucking great friend you are. Yeah, bro. You meet his wife and his daughter at the Super Bowl and then find out this 44-year-old dude is sleazing around with some 17-year-old. And we already know he cheated on his wife. He went on the stream and admitted that.
This incident made Dr. Disrespect even angrier, as he went live and called out his friends, including Nick Merckx, for not having his back online.
I think they're the biggest. I really do. I think Nick Merckx is the biggest in the world. Lupo, obviously, he's a fake. Let's go ahead and say it. Didn't talk about it before, but I'm in the mood now to talk about it. I think these people are the phoniest people in the industry, man. You know what I mean, champs? I won't talk about it anymore, but I just had to say that. I did, and I know you guys know, but God, I had to say it. Biggest phonies. I can call out all these people. I don't want to, though, man.
This quickly intensified the situation, as Nick later went on camera and delivered the ultimate insult.
I'm not going door to door calling this guy this or calling this guy that. I don't want to be associated with a guy that can do these types of things consistently. I said I'm out. We already know the dude cheated on his wife. Then he's talking about, this guy met my wife. Yeah, I shook her hand at the Super Bowl halftime for 7 minutes. Yeah, I fucking met her. She was a nice lady. I feel bad for her, man. I hope they figure it out.
But the worst came up when he ended up calling Dr. Disrespect a weirdo and a dog live on stream.
You want to get real about it? Get real about it. You put everybody around you in a tough ass spot because you're a dog. And I've known plenty of dogs, man. But when you go below that 18-year-old bully, you a different kind of dog now. Now you're a weirdo.
He also ended up responding to Doc's claim that labeled Nick Merckx as a fake and phony, and the clip went viral overnight.
You gonna see me outside, you gonna see this. I'm gonna wear the same fucking kit right here, bro. This motherfucker wears a goddamn wig. Are you fucking kidding me? I just don't get it. We're all fake and phony because we cut ties with you after you did some fucking crazy shit, put all your boys in a tough spot.
The man who used to be his brother in arms was now looking at him like a complete stranger. And he wasn't the only one. Dr. Lupo, the man known for being the calm voice of reason, also stepped up while calling him out online, saying the following.
Crazy how Lupo just turns on people? Bitch, what? You want me? What the fuck do you expect? What? You should hold every person that you respect accountable for their mistakes, too. He messaged a 17-year-old when he was in his late 30s with a child and married, trying to solicit them for sex. And every single time he talks about it, it's going to be sugar-coated.
But the biggest blow to his content, the one that actually hurt his show, came from the loss of his main partner, Z-Laner. Ever since the 2020 ban from Twitch, Z-Laner was the main person Doc played with every single day.
We got a great position here, Doc. Great position. Beautiful shot. I'm finishing your guy.
Oh! I was about to 360 him. Good night!
Okay.
Their energy was perfect as Z-Laner brought the skill while Doc brought the show. And the bonding was so strong that Z-Laner once famously turned down a huge life-changing contract from Twitch just so he could keep playing with Doc on YouTube, showing how much he prioritized the friendship back then. However, right after the controversy, their friendship collapsed. The scandal was far too serious to ignore and Z-Laner cut ties immediately, refusing to play with Doc any longer. Soon after, he came out with his response saying the following.
I'm just not on board with inappropriately talking to minors. I'm not on board with that. So that is why I step away. You know what I'm saying? Like, that is why I've stepped away.
So what happened after Dr. Disrespect got cancelled? Well, in simple terms, the impact on his channel was disastrous. Without Z-Laner, Dr. Disrespect's streams felt noticeably boring, and the viewership of his streams on YouTube was decreasing gradually. He struggled to reach the 100,000 view mark with his videos, and the worst came when his diehard fans turned on him too. The official Dr. Disrespect subreddit, which used to be a safe place where fans defended him against every rumor for 4 years, became the talk of the town because of his controversies. This resulted in more and more people beginning to side against him, saying if you are talking inappropriately with a minor, that's grooming leading to extremes. Thank God Doc got caught early before he could have harmed the minor. That's why Twitch should have released a statement about Doc's act to protect children in its community. And any sane person would be seeing red if their underage daughter/son was engaging in inappropriate conversations with a 35-year-old adult. And things got even worse for Doc when YouTube decided to hit him where it hurts. On June 28th, YouTube suspended his monetization, meaning that even if he streamed to what remained of his tattered audience, he couldn't make a single dollar from ads. As a result, he was working for free, he was left with no friends, no team, and no income. By the end of 2024 and the beginning of 2025, the heat of the scandal had cooled, revealing that the hard truth of Doc's career was at a dead end. So in an attempt to get back on his feet, he chose to join Rumble on November 25, 2024 for $25 million per year. But even though he thought things would return to normal and that he could earn more, it quickly turned out to be the wrong move. Doc's views dropped hard by 50% right after he signed a deal with Rumble. Additionally, his YouTube channel has lost hundreds of thousands of subscribers. Before the controversy, Doc was at 4.7 million subscribers, now he's at 4.3 million, showing an average loss of 20,000 subs every month. This data only indicated how the magic Doc once had was slowly fading away, leaving him more irrelevant with each passing day, while his casual viewers, the big sponsors, and the mainstream appeal was gradually evaporating.
Fucking get up, man! Ooh, knee skimmer. Look at this guy. Whoa, whoa. Get up. Get up.
But just when everyone thought it was all over for him, things quickly took a turn as YouTube, after a lengthy review, finally remonetized him. And of course, Doc posted a video of him celebrating.
We got some good news today. Monetization is back. And I'll have everything fixed and cleared up. But ladies and gentlemen, we got our fucking YouTube monetization back.
But it came at the cost of something even bigger. On the very next day, a press release from Midnight Society stated that they were shutting down. But instead of sympathy from the community, they began calling him out, saying it was impossible not to see this one coming from a mile away. Doc, torrential asswipe that he is, and his rabid fanbase were the only reason this game had the smallest chance of succeeding, while others disagreed, saying the game never had a chance with or without Dr. Disrespect, with or without NFT. The only place where the game had any buzz was like 1 degree of separation from his stream. The wider audience had no idea this game existed, and it had nothing going for it. It's safe to say that Doc's career is officially over, and only his most loyal fans are holding it up. If you enjoyed this video, you'll probably like these next ones as well, and don't forget to subscribe.